I've never seen Joby do a slow song, dance a slow song. Always was Kauluve Okekai. It was always about the sea. This time he took us to the mountains. Yeah, the beauty of the uplands as the Nuhua was being caressed by the misty rain. How do I know that? Thank you, Google. As we continue on, we will have a beautiful eulogy said by Robbie's sister, Miley Etta Chu.
How do I follow that? Man. So I wrote some things down on this piece of paper just in case. I have all this stuff on this paper, but Pastor came up here and he said exactly what I have written on here, and I don't even know the pastor. It's like, that's how you know that we all know the same things about my brother. Whew. All of a sudden I'm shaking. Okay, aloha family and friends, thank you for joining us today to honor and bid farewell to my brother Robert Kamako Kalani Faris. It is with great sadness in everyone's heart that Robbie is no longer with us. He was a kind and very generous soul, and he will be greatly missed by everyone. Robbie was born September 11, 1965 to Carlene and Blaine Faris. And on January 16th, Robbie went to heaven, leaving his widow Joyce, his two sons Joby and Kale, his stepdaughter Jonalyn, his two grandchildren Kale Jr. and Hiilani, his loving mother, his siblings Derek, Phoebe, Richie, Pumpkin, and me, his bratty sister. Robbie is now in heaven with his tutu, Miley, his maternal grandfather, Walter, his father, Blaine, his paternal grandparents, Elsie and Richard, two siblings, Titi and Tiger, and a granddaughter, Hile, along with other family members too. He was loved by so many friends, co-workers, bosses, schoolmates, church fellowshippers, nieces, nephews, and other family members too. His greatest gift in life was his children. He loved them most. His mom, who is his biggest cheerleader, was with him to the end. And his wife, which was his very special person. He loved you guys a lot. Robbie was that guy you'd call and he would come. You was hungry, he'd find you a meal. He was cold, he'd get you clothes and a blanket. He was born to give service to others. I think he was about 11 years old when we lived in Waimanalo. And he used to go to the beach all the time. And one day he came home with a guy who lived on the beach. He told him about his mom's spaghetti, and he wanted him to join the family for dinner that night. Robbie was caring and giving all his life. Anyone that knew Robbie would say good things about him, because he's a true friend, a loyal family member. Robbie lived on the edge. He lived the aloha way. He had a contagious laugh and a smile that could be felt everywhere. May we all live with that same aloha spirit that Robbie filled our hearts with. Another one bites the dust to join God's army of angels. Aloha, Robbie. Mahalo for spending your lifetime with us. We love you, and you will always be remembered. I'm going to share a little something about my brother before we open it up to others if they wanted to come and share. So my brother, he was a real daredevil from an early age. At the age of 6, he climbed over the railing at my auntie's apartment, hanging with no fear until my mom ran to his rescue. At the age of 10, he was in a canoe that collided with another canoe. He tossed all his teammates into the water and rode the canoe into the crash that tore up his leg. He ended up with a shaka scar on his leg. It looked just like this. And he was so proud of it. In intermediate, he would ride a skateboard and bike down Tutu's hill and straight across the street. I don't know how he never got hit by a car. Man, I remember riding with him as he drove as close as he could to the trees by Kapiolani Park while I pleaded for him to stop. I was not the daredevil. I remember he would take me on with him to John Dominish tracks. We're getting our age now, right? And drive the car sideways on the dirt piles while I was nagging him to please take me home because I was scared. In high school, he would jump off the second story of the roof just for fun. I don't know how he never got hurt. Then when we had kids, he tried to do daredevil stuff with them as well, without my approval, of course. My kids loved his crazy uncle. My brother was always there to take care of me and protect me to the very end. About 12 years ago, I remember Robbie could hardly walk. He walked with a cane. Me and my boyfriend pulled up in our lane, and there was my brother standing in the middle of the road. He actually had two canes, but I said with his cane, with two canes like this, just looking up the road. He knew my boyfriend was treating me badly, and as soon as I saw my brother, I knew he was going to take care of me once again. I felt that bratty little sister vibe. Again, I looked over at my boyfriend with that sassy little sister look and said, I told you. And there was Robbie and his cane right into the window. He jabbed the guy, conked him on his head. That's my brother. He took care of me all the time, no matter what. My brother was the best. I'll always have a piece of him for life. Robbie was born with 9 toes. That's probably why he didn't wear any shoes, because you had to get 2 separate sizes for him. My mom's laughing because only she knows. Robbie was born with 9 toes, so I'll have a piece of him, right? So Robbie was born with 9 toes, and I was born with an extra earlobe, right here, this little thing. God knew what he was doing. He put his toe on my ear. So I always have a piece of my brother on me. But, thank you guys all for being here with us today. And I want to thank God for giving me a protector, a best friend, and a loving brother. May he rest in peace.